Oh my god, guys, they finally did it! Words cannot describe how happy I am right now. They finally fixed the K-Series guns. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell is wrong with these guns? There aren't really any glaring bugs with them, and you're right, there really aren't any bugs regarding these guns. However, the thing that's wrong with these guns wasn't really a bug. It's just a dumb change they made to it. For comparison, let's go into the main game and I'll show you what's wrong with them. Do you mind? Do you fucking mind? Anyways. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a little test here. Alright. Anyways, so the K-Series guns, they have a bit of a problem right now. I have my game audio turned all the way up, and I just want to show you what the problem is. It's not a bug, but it's worse than that. Let me just show you. It's way too quiet. Let me pick up this Scar L just as a comparison. This Scar L is way louder than this K2. However, in the test place, this issue has been fixed. They didn't really change the sounds back. I still prefer the old K-Series sounds. Not the first sounds that they were added with, but like the sounds that they gave them in, I think it was like 9.0.2 or something. I don't know. It was last year, and they gave them a new sound, and it sounded awesome. This isn't that sound, but like it still sounds nice now. It doesn't sound insanely painfully quiet. The entire reason I used the K-Series guns before was specifically because they had a new firing sound and it made them feel like 10 times better to use. That's not the case anymore, at least not in production though, because the sounds are actually loud now. People are still probably going to complain and it'll get reverted. I really, really hope it doesn't, because this will give me another reason to actually use these guns. But yeah, for the time being, the K-Series guns have something to look forward to, because they actually sound like guns now instead of just being insanely quiet. They sound like they're suppressed even though they're not. And they make literally no noise when they actually are suppressed. Like, it's damn near impossible to hear these guns suppressed in the main game. That being fixed puts a huge smile on my face. I'm so happy these guns are actually usable now. They don't sound as insanely good as they used to, but it's a start at least. It feels so much nicer to use now. Also, all of what I just said applies to the K1A as well. Do you mind? Do you mind? My god, I gotta put like compensator on this thing. The K-Series guns still have their own problems here. I have a lot of problems with the K2 specifically because the recoil just drifts way too much. I'm not really a big fan of that. I think it's just kind of a worse version of the Asval in its current state. But at least the sounds are somewhat fixed. I'm not gonna just pretend that I didn't get completely obliterated there. Anyways. Compensator does seem to fix these issues to a point, but like I still think that the K2 still has a bit too much horizontal recoil, but that's just me. I remember when the K2 got released to the main game, and it was like one of the most overpowered assault rifles in the game because it could 3-shot limb, and it could also like 4-shot torso all ranges, I'm pretty sure. Can these snipers chill the fuck out? Alright, I'm turning my volume down because I need to be able to talk here. I remember when the K-Series guns used to be like the most overpowered guns in the game when they got released. They still felt awful to use because their sounds were terrible. They no longer are terrible because they finally managed to get the volume just right on these. I am very, very, very happy about that, because now it gives me a reason to use these guns again. I really, 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 really hope these get like pushed to the main game soon, because I genuinely want a reason to go back to these guns. They aren't that great. I think the K2 has sort of run its course at this point, but they feel so much nicer to use now that they actually, you know, make sound. And I'm very happy about that, man. I'm really happy about it. I mean, the K1A is way better than the K2 because it actually has a niche. You know, it's fast, has great handling, great fire rate, really bad damage, but, you know, I mean, what did you expect? It's for 900 RPM, you can really you can't really get that much damage. I'm turning my Roblox volume down as well because I actually cannot hear my own voice over the audio of the game. I'm actually pretty sure that the K1A is more accurate than the K2 right now. It just beams people way better. That literally makes no sense. The K2 is a lot heavier. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Bro, this map is way too big. I'm telling you, what is it with test place maps and just being insanely big? Like, this is Phantom Forces. Obviously, there's like a 16 versus 16 server, but this is still way too big for a 16 v 16. Maybe 32 v 32, that's fine. But like, just 32 players in a server, that's just not enough players for this map. I'm not hitting anyone at that range with the K2, I'm sorry. At least I can actually find where people are spawning, which is better than Ishkabul when I played it in the AK-12BR Halibik video. This still isn't a very good map. I have no idea why it even got pushed to the test place in its current state, but it is what it is. That's just how test place maps are. I mean, I would say that it's just how that is just, oh, this map is just in its sort of testing phase, but this map has not changed for like a year that it's been in the test place, and I'm kind of getting concerned that they're just never gonna change it. Also, this is actually like one of the most pleasing maps to look at. So I'm really hoping that this gets some sort of change to make it work in like a 16 v 16 setting, because I actually really like how this map looks. It looks really detailed. You can actually, the sightlines are actually cool. I just like how the map looks. I just don't really like how it feels. Dude, it's also a sniping map, which makes it infinitely worse. You know how I feel about Desert Storm. You know how much of a drag that map can be. Specifically because of the snipers. Is there a guy there? Yes, there is. But I mean, test place maps, am I right? They all suck except for Intersection. Intersection's my baby. And of course it got taken out of test place rotation. The Mirage we got in the main game was fucking Winterage. We didn't even get Intersection. That just makes me sad. I should really start targeting this house more, because that seems to be where all the people are spawning from. Yep, you see there's like 2 guys there. Yeah, I just don't like this map in the current state it's in. I think it would work well in like more players, but right now it just sucks. It's kind of hard to find people, and it's not as hard as like Ishkabul was, which, by the way, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the creator of Ishkabul for like DMing me about it, and you know, we sort of talked about the map, because I like when creators are actually able to listen to feedback. I think that's a really healthy thing to do in general. Just listening to feedback from others, I think that's just really, really important. So I'd like to give a huge shout out to the creator of Ishkabul for listening to my criticism on the map, even though it wasn't that constructive. So for the end of this video, I'd like to just look at Ishkabul one more time just to see what changes have been made to it. So let's check it out. Please let me spawn. Thank you. They didn't add anything in terms of like appearance, but I think that's just like a test place map thing. Well, I found a person, you know, within the first 10 seconds of the game, so I guess that's cool. Let me capture this. These guys let me capture. Yes, they will. Okay. Alright, this map flows significantly better than it did when I first played it. Wow, they just all attacked at once. Alright, game. Alright, well, my server's dying, so I think I'll just call it here. If you enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.